Hi guys to everyone, it's Ada from Poison Rock, and for my big pleasure, like many of you, I've been a big fan of Babylon A.D. since I was in my 1920s. We have today Derek, straightforward from Babylon A.D. It's a fucking big pleasure. How are you, Derek?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, really excited about the new album.
Yes, because even the title, because we chit chat a little bit before the beginning of the interview, and you mentioned visiting Italy here and
Uh-huh.
there. And of course, Rome was a built in a day, can have different meanings, of course, like, I don't know, there are some times for doing, certain things require a certain amount of time, not one
Yeah,
day, not being
right,
like in a hurry. But
right.
as well, like the cover art may suggest some influence from Rome. So
Yeah,
it is correct.
that's correct. Yeah.
So let's say in general, where in of course said from you, where does it come from? The inspiration from the title,
From
as
the direction, from the title, well,
yeah,
I had written a song about 6 months ago called Rome Wasn't Built in a Day.
okay,
And it had some of the lyrics were in like the gladiators walked before you.
yeah,
Um, and the song is about basically pretty much of a lost girl that's kind of wandering through the world.
yeah,
And with the title, Rome wasn't built in a day. She's going to make herself better as time goes on.
yeah.
That's kind of what the idea was. But I used a lot of metaphors from historical type of metaphors in the song. So I thought it was a cool title, and the song is a great song. It's going to be our second video and second single that's be
Okay.
coming out soon. And talking with the guys in the band and talking with the record label, we looked over all the songs. We were trying to figure out a title for the album for a while, but we just
Okay.
kept gravitating back to that. You know,
They're always
so
like the title because it's a catchy title.
yeah, because it's a catchy title and it's a
Yeah.
cool title, and the video came out great. A lot of stuff, a lot of Roman stuff, uh,
The,
from like say 2000 AD, that type of thing.
okay. AD everywhere all the time.
Yeah,
It's fun because I mean it looks almost like you're really into history, historical thing.
yeah, yeah. I'm a pretty much of a history buff, yeah, and I like traveling and things like that.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of different ideas on that. A lot of the videos that I
Okay.
shoot on my own that are single videos are places of me in Mexico or, wherever, Germany, or, wherever I go,
So let's say that as well, like history and culture of the place you visit and influence in your own music, your own
Yeah,
composition,
it
your
does
writing.
quite a bit. Yeah, I use a lot of metaphors from history. Yes, I do.
It's beautiful because that as well show a different side of like musicians that write about I don't know, personal stuff. There's as well
Yeah.
sometimes in the art
And
rock, let's say rock scene, a little bit of history, which is cool though, and is
yeah,
important, I think.
yeah, I try to combine them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But of course, like Babylon ND is like better than me, are known as a one of the, let's say, I want to say, because for me it was is true, one of the biggest band during the 80s and the 90s. You make a light,
Uh-huh.
you were everywhere, like you were on MTV, you were like everywhere, you were like eating every charts. But of course, there, before Babylon AD, before everything, I mean, your musical background, because I watched your videos so many times that I think I know all the story of Babylon AD by myself. But about your personal background, like how you start. I mean, how you found out your love and passion for music, how you ended up to choose to be the frontman of a band instead of a I don't know, drum
Yeah,
band. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, yeah, I started pretty young. I actually started on drums when I was in the third grade.
I didn't know it.
Yeah, yeah. um, and I switched over to playing guitar when I got to about junior high school.
Okay.
And I just there was a lot of bands around our area like YNT. I'm sure you heard of
Yeah,
YNT.
of course.
Um, they were probably the biggest influence on us because they were playing at our high schools and junior high schools when they
Really?
got their first record deal. Yeah, believe it or not. And so seeing a band like that made us feel like, hey, or made me feel anyways, that, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
So,
You got the voice.
yeah, yeah, I started writing pretty young, writing songs and lyrics and things like that. And I became the front man probably the second band I ever played in. I played guitar and sang, and then I
Okay.
kind of switched off to just singing, and it just
Okay.
kind of morphed from there. Every band from then on, I was basically just a singer.
So that's how you develop because like your voices, I think is one of I don't want to say one of the most underrated in the music scene. So coming now again with a new album, it's like okay, we are here, Babylon A.D. We are not just the band we were in the 80s. We evolved, we changed,
Yeah, yeah,
and this is as well a cool way for the fans to get a new like a don't want to say fresh Babylon
uh-huh,
A.D sound, but an evolution of the sound, but for the new fan as well to get to know you like a and then
yeah,
find out maybe the older stuff, like the backward journey. Because
uh-huh.
this album, I think that it has I don't want to say I don't like the word turning point, but we can describe it sound wise like a turning point album. Rome was built in a day.
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
Okay, I said I don't like too much the word turning point album, but we
Oh, oh,
say that
oh,
Rome was built in a day could be kind of
yeah,
a turning point album.
yeah, yeah, I get it. Well, our last album came out in 2017 on Frontiers Records, and that was Revelation Highway. And then
Yeah,
COVID hit. So COVID kind of stopped everything in its tracks.
yeah,
We were writing this material, most of this material on this album. I'd say about 3/4 of it was written around that time when COVID was going on.
okay.
But yeah, so and then I'd written a bunch of more stuff in my studio, and then we kind of combined them. We demoed 20 songs, 20 different
Yeah.
tracks. And out of that, we picked what we thought were the best 10, 11 songs for the
Okay.
album. Yeah. And we wanted to make sure that the old fans that we had from the beginning, like such as yourself, Hammer
Yeah.
Swings Down, Bangle the Bells, Kid Goes Wild, stuff like that we still had that grit, but at the same time, we wanted to show our maturity,
Yeah, of
especially
course.
for me, my lyrical writing. And I think my vocals is a lot better than they used to be too, my singing. So we wanted to kind of showcase that on this new album, and let people know that, hey, we're back. We never really went away per se, but
No,
just life came, you know,
it's normal.
life,
Yeah,
yeah, there's roadblocks sometimes, so it's taken a while, and that henceforth Rome wasn't built in a day. It's taken a while
exactly.
since our last album.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
it all worked out pretty good. We're happy
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, because as well, like since of course, I mean, we don't want to. I mean, everyone knows the first album and and it's like as well like the journey throughout your let's say your own the other album and your music with Babylon A.D. Of course, it shows like as well like an evolving
Yeah,
of the but apart being like let's say that this kind of coming back to the original sound but as well having a fresh sound what we could say that Rome was built in the day could be different from the previous one maybe in the lyric in the song in the I don't know
yeah,
lyric wise I don't know
yeah,
in,
yeah.
what is
I
different.
would say that. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that. Like I said, I think I'm older now, so my lyrics and everything, I have a wider palette to create from
Yeah.
than I used to have. And I'm writing all the time myself. And the guys,
Okay.
I have two guitar players that write, and I have a drummer and a bass player that write. So I have unlimited material coming to me all the time.
Okay.
So I usually try to pick the best.
Lyric wise or just in the composing.
The rest of the guys just compose. They don't write any lyrics, but they'll
Okay.
give me a riff, maybe two parts.
Okay.
And I'll like just only one part of it, but I can
Yeah.
make that into a song because I'm a guitar player, keyboard. I'm
Yeah.
an instruments too, so I basically take a riff that they have, a guitar riff like Bangle the Bells.
Yeah.
You got a guitar riff, but you don't really have nothing else. And then I'll
Yeah.
take it and I'll make it into a song. That's usually how it works. And
Yeah.
then
So
produce it and go from there and try to think of an idea that's kind of catchy, but at the same time
yeah.
not corny.
Yeah,
So
of course, because of course, growing up and as well having like your own experience, lineup formation, lineup changes, and something like that. There is
yeah,
in this album, let's say, the new essence of what is Babylon A.D. So the new Babylon A.D, let's say, we can say the new sound, and how we could, if we would like to just give like kind of a, I don't know, an adjective or something like that to the new sound of Babylon A.D.
Well, I don't know if it is a new sound. It's the same guitar players, the same guitar tone, everything like that. There's still these massive guitar licks. There's big background vocals and things like that. But like I was saying, I think the lyrics are more smarter, and the melodies are better to me because I have more experience in life and I've seen more things. And like you said before, I read a lot about history, so I'll throw that kind of stuff into the lyrics for people to read the lyrics.
Of course, like since you're speaking about history, and we can say, because people can say, oh, Babylon A.D is for the Babylonian period. I don't know.
Right.
What was a building a day? So there is a period of history that you're really into it. I don't know, between all the history that you saw and studied and get in touch with, there's one particular period history, a moment of history that you like, and maybe that you would write in the future, or you already written.
Well, this album has some other stuff that kind of have history, kind of Babylonian context, I guess, in a way, because we have a song called Rome Wasn't Built in a Day. We have another song that's called Sometimes Love is Hell. Then we've got a song called The Face of God, which is a great ballad.
And so we have as well the ballad. We hear the ballad.
It's a great ballad. So we have songs that have that kind of connotation that match with history, and the title Rome Wasn't Built in a Day. The whole album is just not like, hey, let's go party. We really don't have those type of songs on there. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
Not to say they don't rock, but it's not like just it's not like a Poison or something like that. This is a little bit more in depth, I think.
Because it's like you said, it showed the maturity. The sound, and which is not only in the riff, in the rhythm, but it's as well in the word itself, But of course, like you say, I was speaking about Wrecking Machine. There are these hits that is sketchy and let's say old-fashioned song, kind of Babylon A.D old song that for sure the old fan will be already just immediately, as soon as the album will be out, put it there. But I think let's say, going with this new maturity today, do you think like I don't know, like kind of, I don't think like, I don't want to say like you be nervous or something like that, but how do you think your old fan would react to listen to the new Babylon A.D?
I think the old fans have grown too. We've all grown up together. We've all matured. We've all had more life experiences. So now I don't have to sing about, I don't have to just say, oh, she's so hot, I that kind of stuff. I don't, like the kind of a little bit corny stuff. You don't have to do that, but you could say it in a different way, So like you just said, the Wrecking Machine, which is going to be our first single, and it comes out tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow, really?
Yes. And the video is really cool, man. It's like about an AI robot, hot, sexy chick that destroys the world. It's really cool. So that's going to come out tomorrow. The single comes out and the video comes out tomorrow. So that's what, the 17th.
It's this. I think it's the 16th. It might be. The 16th.
Well, there'll be a special premiere tomorrow on the 16th, and then it goes to all radio. On the 17th.
Okay, so we will have
the Wrecking Machine is the first single. Rome Wasn't Built in a Day is the second single, and then the third single right now is Sometimes Love is Hell.
Okay, so we have these three singles, which are, let's say, not ballad kind of, but let's say different from one by one, because like I think because I didn't listen to the album, so I'm just leaving you to the word you like. Wrecking Machine, like you said, it's more like catchy, hard rockish song. Rome Wasn't Built in a Day is more like deeper, maybe classical, I don't know.
And a little more poppier, a little bit more singing, maybe a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And Sometimes Love is Hell is like Desperate, It's like the song Desperate, or So Savage the Heart. It's one of those kind
Okay.
of stories. Yeah.
So you're giving to all your fans, let's say, even for each period, I think,
Uh-huh.
a little
Trying
bit
to.
of Babylon A.D sound, but wait, let's come back to hear better the album because there's something new.
Okay.
That's I think what it's gonna be good about and it's gonna be cool about this album because you're giving to all the old fans of any era of any album a little bit of what they loved, but
Absolutely.
with the new word, like the new
Yeah.
key, the new word,
Yeah.
the new way of seeing. We
Yeah.
like you said, mature
Yeah.
songwriting, but as well, I think just even the riff. There's always something a little bit different. People don't notice. Even just for example, the video clip, dude
Yeah.
did for example with an AI. It's something that you never imagined to do that.
Yeah, with the AI robot thing. It's pretty cool for Wrecking Machine. And I'd have to say that Wrecking Machine, if I had to if an old fan wanted to say, well, what does it sound like? I would say it's a cross between Kid Goes Wild
I
and
love that song
Marianne.
too.
Like up tempo crusher, a lot
Yeah,
of guitar riffs. It's like Marianne meets Kid Goes Wild, that kind of thing. Yeah, up tempo and really in your face. You know,
that's
it's
I
a really
mean,
cool song.
and
Yeah.
I mean, how did you feel to just put out this album after, especially because COVID was really, like you said, you had all the material was ready, like you were writing, and then of course COVID, we
Yeah.
know a lot what happened,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now is out in a month, almost will be out. So
Yeah. The whole
how
album.
does
Yeah.
it feel to finally be, let's say, be back and be back for
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. It's been a lot of work. I mean, I'm in my studio right now, and I've
Okay.
been living in here for probably 6 months, just
Okay.
because that's all I did was write and produce and
Yeah.
record, So now it's kind of like, okay, you have your baby and it got born.
Yeah.
It hasn't started walking in the world yet,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
but it's moving. It's like finally I went to the hard part. Now now I get to kick back and see how everybody thinks of it, and I'm really excited because I think it's gonna blow away a lot of people. The
Yeah.
feedback that we've got from the people that have listened to it, it's just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Um, and we played the demo tapes for people before we even recorded some of the songs, just to
Okay.
make sure we'd play a demo for somebody, like somebody for yourself, and say, what do you think about this song? Should we record it? And so, like I said, we had 20 songs to choose from. Some of the songs, we made a whole list of all the songs, 20 songs, and we graded them by about 5 or 6 different people. And we would know which ones are the ones that, like,
Yeah.
everybody likes this one. Or, only 3 out of 6 really like this
Okay.
one. So they'd slide down the list until it got to the best 10, where, like, everyone likes these ones.
And you picked that out, more, let's say, at least mostly. And what about the other 9 songs? I just put it there, maybe
Oh,
for another
no,
time.
actually, the other 9 songs that we have right now, we have actually a couple more since then, but
Okay.
I'd say there's probably about 3 or 4 of those that are still strong songs, but it
Okay.
might have came down to, well, this song's a great song, but it sounds a little bit like Wrecking Machine, so put it on the next album.
Okay.
That
Okay.
kind of
That's
thing.
good.
So we'd say,
So,
no, we're still going to do the song, but let's just do it on the next album.
so it's kind of, let's say that there's gonna be kind of already material, let's say, really almost ready because
Yep.
maybe it's of course you have to release this album, tour a little bit, be
Yeah.
back on the scene, and then there will be another album. So we don't have
It'll
to
be,
wait, I don't know, 6 years now. Just
that'll be another year and a half probably for the next album.
so we will have Babylon A.D back like we were in the 90s. I mean, I wasn't born almost, I was 3 years old, but let's say back in those days.
Yeah.
Because it's always, like I said, I am stuck probably in that area. I wanted to live in that area because and there's a lot of people, I think, that all the time telling you, how was living that time, was the gold area, blah blah blah,
Oh yeah.
it was amazing, tell me not. I don't know, what's your best memories? I had this talk, for example, with Joel for Cutting Boots so many times, but
Yeah.
we went to focus more on the present because I saw the evolving as well as him, for example, as musician. And all you guys, what you did, just going forward with your music, seeing this band like Babylon A.D, let's say more heavy bones, they're Cutting Boots today, or
Yeah.
I don't know, Hardline, playing
Yeah.
to
Hard
the
Line.
steel art. It's
Yeah.
just seeing something that it wasn't, because there was this saying, grunge, let's say, block that scene. Still going
Yeah.
on means, yeah, maybe stop a little bit, but we are back stronger than before.
I think so. And you
Yeah.
know, if you think about it, you don't really see any grunge bands on like a comeback.
No.
There's not this big grunge, but there is a big scene for our type of rock and roll.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
miss all the fun because when grunge came in,
Yeah.
it was kind of like, depressing, and
Yeah.
the songs were good, the songs were catchy, but it was pretty dark,
Yeah.
right?
Kind of
And
rebellious. Yeah.
I think our generation of music that when it came out was happy and
Amazing.
fun and let's party and let's have a
Yeah.
good time,
Was amazing, and as well because it gives us, and now especially nowadays it's cool to see that as well. For example, the red of course, like girl band, I don't know, like for example Lauren Lewis from Femme Fatale, she was
Yeah,
going
yeah,
all around. But
yeah.
nowadays seeing these, for example, these new young girls doing the music that you influenced them,
Yeah,
still
yeah,
today it's beautiful, because this is a genre, this is a not metal, it's just rock, hard rock. It's not less lazy, it's not maybe can have sometimes a little bit of lazy or glam, but it's hard rock. It's just for everyone. It has ballad. Come on, who doesn't, tell me one person that doesn't love ballads. We all love ballads. We always
right.
had our heart, we just we're in love of dreaming about something. So I think that this type of music is really for everyone. They make as well, the one that you listen to the movie as well, because a lot of people that sometimes they are not aware that many of the music that there were in that movie on the 90s, it was just pure music.
Yeah.
And seeing this coming back, I think it's I don't know, I'm glad to see that all the band that I listened, when I was like in my 20s, that I know one knows this band. Now they are coming back, and I can say,
Yeah.
I know them. I actually fucking know them. So I have no, you see, I knew it. I did good to just collect vinyls, this time, fucking even get some tattoos. I know them. So now I can say, it's back my time. The Sunset Strip is back, the new one.
All right.
So let's say more mature. Let's say not the Sunset Strip, but we can say the Sunset Rome. Like I said, the Rome Road is back.
That's right.
Yep. I mean, and I'm really happy to see that, especially you, like Derek, are back with your music, because I'm really looking forward first for the single of tomorrow. First, that of course when the interview will be released, that will be already out, so everyone will see sharing the video clip for sure. I will share it for sure.
All right, good.
But of course, it comes as well, because like you mentioned, 3 singles that has to be released in the next, I think, before the album drops.
Right.
But in all these songs, there are some, apart from the 3 singles that you mentioned, there is, for example, one song that you're really looking forward to play live, to sing live.
Well, I know that we're doing we've got a pretty big repertoire of songs. We've got a lot of songs to choose from. So I know that we're going to do 4 songs off this album when we start playing live, and that's Rome Wasn't Built in a Day, Wrecking Machine, 5 actually. This song called Pain.
Okay.
And was it Looking for a Heartbeat? We're gonna play that one. That's a really catchy song. That reminds me like a Boston meets Journey kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's our most melodic kind of song.
Yeah.
But it's very catchy, And we're gonna do Sometimes Love Is Hell. So we're gonna do 5 songs off this album when we play out live, and we're gonna start playing next month, across the United States. Yeah. And I think we're gonna get over to Europe next year. We're already getting off. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be over there playing for a while.
So let's say that. So that's because you mentioned like that you're going now on a tour in US. So
in the United States, yeah.
So and when it's gonna start? When actually it's gonna start? Because we have a lot of people.
Our first show is May 18th, the day after the record drops.
Okay, so it's kind of release party.
And then we play the Whiskey out in Los Angeles.
Classic.
Yeah. We're going to play that Monsters on the Mountain. in
Okay,
Tennessee
it's
with
beautiful.
Joan Jett and Aldo Nova and a bunch of other people.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
going to be a big show, like it's a 3-day festival. So
Wow.
that's going to be really fun. And then we've got a bunch of club dates that we're throwing all together right now in
Yeah.
between.
So it's
Yeah.
like the people that they want have more information about, of course, the tour dates or maybe some
Mhm.
festival all around the, at least for now, US, they can of course check it out that the social media.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
once it was just checking out the magazine or the flyers, now it's checking out the social media. It's a little bit of
Yeah. Everything's on social media now. Yeah. You don't
yeah.
make no photos really anymore. It's
Yeah, but
crazy.
if it wasn't for social media, I would never had the chance to interview one of my favorite band of all the time.
That's
So
true. That's true. So there's good
yeah,
stuff about that. Yeah.
I have to share. I have to share it out in a story on Instagram after we did this interview with the because people wouldn't believe it. So I have to do it. Yeah, I'm like, and of course, like yes, but as well, we will have the chance to see you in Europe in 2025 probably.
In
I
2025?
I see. Yeah, in
Yes.
2025.
Yeah. We'll be over there. I know we already have three shows lined up around somewhere in England. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. 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 Yeah, it's
But
okay.
but they're
Yes.
but they're lining up more stuff. You know,
Okay. So
I,
if
I think this album's going to caterpillar
yeah,
us into more and more shows. You know,
yeah,
as we go along. Because, like I said, we've got 3 singles to do, and that's about one every 6 weeks.
yeah, exactly.
And we might. I'm hoping that we get to do "Face of God" because I think that's one of the best. Is the best song on the album, but it's a
Yeah,
ballad and it's kind of deep. You know.
that's
Um,
beautiful. We need a
yeah.
ballad. There is a lack of ballad nowadays. We need the. I mean, there are some ballads, but we need an old new fashion ballad. We can say we need a
Yeah.
ballad. So of course we
Yeah.
will have it in the album, and the album we will, of course, it will be available on all the, let's say,
Yeah. It'll be everywhere.
platform.
Yeah.
Even physical copy. You're gonna be
Yeah, you can get physical copies. They're already pre-ordered them like at
okay. Open. Yeah.
Paris.com. I mean, they're if a person just went online and put up Rome wasn't built in a day, Babylon AD pre-order, it's
Okay.
everywhere already. I just noticed that a couple of days ago myself.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there will be like CDs or vinyls or just CDs.
Right now CDs, but we're talking to a company about doing vinyl, and I think we'll have the decision on that any day now. You
Okay,
know,
so let's say that we can see this kind of news always going throughout the social media, but
yeah,
because it's a this because of course I read that there is a as well, and now I'm reading because it's the mail that I received. So on Perris record, there will be the autograph version of the CDs.
correct. Yeah,
So that's a good thing for especially the fan of
yeah,
like me of Babylon A.D that knows you. But I think that this album will bring a lot of new fan. Like the young guy, the teenager,
yeah.
that maybe they're starting to find out today who were Babylon A.D. And it's like, wait, I have the old and the one, the new. We can
Well, this is how I know this album is good because my son and his girlfriend, they've been listening to me record this in my
yeah.
studio for about 3 or 4 months. And he never ever talks about our music. Never. Because he likes rap, things like that. He's 22 years old, right? And then the other day I'm talking to him, he goes, "Hey, I wanted to tell you that album that you're finishing up." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "My girlfriend and I really like it." And I went,
Wow.
"Wow." And they're like early 20s. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Man, that album's great." You
Yeah.
know?
I mean,
So
and it's good because like when you have giant music that did history really, you shape the history of the genre. It's something that it never died. We see it
yeah.
still today.
Yeah.
You are between those bands that shape the genre, and especially with your song ballads, you shape in your own way because Babylon
Yeah.
AD had a huge part on that music, and we can't deny that. We can't deny that. So today you're giving like a comeback, let's say,
Yeah.
but for like you say, for the new generation, because this new generation, they're missing this music. They're missing this
Oh yeah.
the kind of I don't want to say that the truth, but the core, the
Yeah. I understand.
deepness. of the music
Yeah.
you used to write, and
Right.
you write it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that their minds are more open for different types of music
Yeah.
now, because for so long when they grew up as little children and stuff, really all they heard was, the fluffy kind of stuff on the radio and rap stuff.
Exactly.
And then they hear something that has some guitars and grit, they're like, wow, what's that?
Yeah.
They didn't grow up, as little
Yeah.
kids.
Exactly.
A lot of the younger generation didn't hear that. So when they do hear it, it's just like us when we heard it for the first time.
Yeah.
We were like, whoa, listen to those guitars, listen to that, listen to that grit,
Who's
listen,
that?
listen to power.
Yeah.
So I think they're waking up to that too, a whole new generation,
Yeah. Yeah. So you will do, maybe you will make everyone happy. The old and the young. And the one
That's
in the middle, because of course there is one as well in the middle. And I mean, I'm gonna say, Derek, really, I'm looking forward, because let's remind again, the 17th of May,
Yeah.
What Was a Building a Day will be released of Babylon A.D. So please buy it. Let's bring Babylon A.D. in Europe, because I need to go to see it.
Yeah.
I think I have a vinyl, a vinyl or CDs, I don't know. So I need to autograph that as well. So I have to come to concerts. And I have to, believe me, you have fan base. I made in a small town a fan base of Babylon A.D. So I have to bring these people to see.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can get it going over there in Sicily or Italy, anywhere around there.
Italy, there is a good scene here about your let's say, the art rock.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was really an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for everything, and see you soon. And good luck with the album.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah, it's a record machine.